So the other week, I got not one, but 3 negative comments left by the same person. One of them said, "You used to be a good woman, but you turned to the evil side, and now you're probably just as untrustworthy as the rest of them." Another one said, "You are not worthy, and you are not lovable. Just because you tell yourself that means nothing. You're only valuable and lovable if someone else finds you that. If you are not married, you are not valuable." When I first read these comments, I felt attacked. And my first impulse was to strike back. But instead, I chose to pause. I realized that engaging directly to his comments would not change his mind. It would just drain me. But what I do find valuable is to talk about it in this video. At first, I thought I would use his comments to translate it into nonviolent communication. So tuning into his needs and feelings and empathizing. But then I thought, hell no. I'm not freaking Mother Teresa or Jesus Christ yet. So why am I sharing it and actually making a video out of it is not to shame this person or humiliate them, but to show you how easy it is to get pulled into negative energy and how powerful it is if you don't. So I'm making this video as a way to show discernment between when to speak out and when not to. So let's start with this first message. "I am so sad for you. You used to be a good woman." Well, since this person doesn't know me, this is quite clearly a projection. And I'm not talking about the movie theater kind, okay? And since this comment was under my misogyny video where I talk about how I had no female friends and how I really used to dislike women and my healing journey and how I dealt with that and where I am now, I'm assuming him referring to me as being a good woman in the past means that version of me that disliked women. Actually, the woman that I used to be would have taken the opportunity and really tried to hurt you back. But instead, this version of the woman that I am today chooses to take this as a teaching opportunity and turn the shadow into empowerment and light. So, the other message that this person left underneath my rejection video was, "You are not worthy and you are not lovable. Just because you tell yourself that, that means nothing. You are only valuable and lovable if someone else finds you that." Okay, so something really interesting happened when I read this comment. I was celebrating inside because there was no part of me that actually took this poison as truth. And I gotta tell you, I came a long way on my healing journey, and I probably used to be like this guy, thinking that my worth was dependent on somebody else. And I'm actually not even mad at this person. I just think it's sad. Because what happens if we don't have a sense of worth within ourselves and we depend on others to tell us that we're worthy or lovable? What happens if they leave? What happens if they die? You're just left with this hole, with this void inside you. Now that's not good. Plus, you're giving your freaking power away to the other person. So what happens if this other person is not really healthy? I'll tell you what, you're more susceptible to control and manipulation. And we just don't want any part of that. Can we agree on it? So once again, this was a projection of his own beliefs. And I don't believe that me talking to him, replying to his comment, or trying to convince him of my truth would lead anywhere. He obviously believes that love and self-worth is something that needs to be earned. And I used to be there. And if it wasn't for my healing journey, then I probably would have still thought that. So let me try to translate the messages into nonviolent communication. So if I were him and I would be commenting from a vulnerable place, it would probably sound something like this. "I feel scared. I was taught that my sense of worth comes from other people. So when I see or hear someone talk about things that challenge those notions, I get very angry and I'm in need of reassurance, control, and security," or something along those lines. So I can recognize that that message or all three of them, come from a wounded place. But at the same time, I understand that it is not my job to fix it. Now, if this person was able to communicate coming from a vulnerable place, that would be a whole different story. And I would probably extend my energy to him because I would find value in that. So by using discernment of choosing not to engage, I chose to protect myself energetically and not get sucked into his world. I could have replied, I've tried to talk sense into him, but I don't believe that this would bring any results. And by choosing not to engage, I'm basically signaling that my energy is valuable and silence is sometimes the loudest answer. So the next time that you get a message that gives you a somatic response, ask yourself, is it going to nourish you or will it drain you? And if it's the latter, give yourself the permission to disengage, step back, and just go on, do something that replenishes you. So thanks for watching my new segment called the comment section, where I use actual comments in order to highlight and teach about communication and empowerment. If you found this video helpful, feel free to share it with someone who you think would benefit. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos on communication, speaking out, and just being in your power.